Hello, Pastor Paul here from Mission Church. This is the Mission Minute. I wanted to talk to you about, tensions that we have in relationship. You know, there's a lady in our church, and this is going to surprise you. I have more arguments with this lady than any other lady in the church. Well, by now you're guessing it's my wife. I don't seem to be bothered and have arguments with the other fellows' wives in our church. But every once in a while, there'll be a little tension area in my relationship with Alita. Surprise you? I hope not, because that's one of those things that I'm working on, and perhaps you are too. It's just in how we respond to each other. Recently, I came across some concepts on kindness and evangelism. Well, we ought to talk about it being kindness in the home. Here's one of the things that the Apostle Paul says in the book of Colossians. I like to read it to you. Be wise in the way you act toward outsiders. Well, maybe insiders too. Make the most of every opportunity. Let your conversation be always full of grace, seasoned with salt, so that you may know how to answer everyone. Knowing how to answer everyone. I find out it's those answers that sometimes, when they come out of my mouth, they're not as kind as I want them to be. Perhaps I don't mean them to be unkind. They're just not colored with kindness and politeness. As I was thinking about my native air that I breathe, this goes way back when I was a child, teenager, even in my early pastorates. I hate to admit it, but the native air that I breathed was oftentimes critical, fault-finding. There's a reason the Apostle Paul says, put away with grumbling and complaining. And he was talking to Christians. Boy, that gets me every time, because there are times when I am ashamed of the fact that my complaint is what someone remembers. Kindness. How do we express kindness? Well, the Apostle Paul said it again. He included kindness in the fruit of the Spirit. Now, what I've discovered is that the fruit of the Spirit is not so much what is growing in me, that's important, but it's what Jesus is through me. And I'd like to challenge you with this whole concept of letting the Lord direct the words of your mouth. One of the great things that I often like to quote to people is that grace never leaves us like it finds us. So for me, I know that the grace of God has been at work when I'm a kinder person. Well, God bless you. Thank you.